The first thing that you're going to want to do is to open your favorite browser. Then you're going to want to type https://maskjourney.com. Now I want you to notice that I did not add www after the 2 Why? Because sometimes if you do, the website just doesn't load. So we prefer that you just skip the step entirely. Just go straight to the point. It's https://maskjourney.com. So I'm just going to write it down here. https://masked journey. Okay, I spelled journey wrong. So it's journey.com. As you see, there is no www. This is what you want. And if you don't want to type it out, just have a look at the description. I will include the link. So we're just going to press enter. And that should take us to our home page. And fantastic. This is the Mask Journey homepage, and it will give you a very brief understanding about what Mask Journey is all about. If you want more detailed information about Mask Journey, you can go to the About Us page and the FAQ page, which stands for Frequently Asked Questions. These two pages should give you all the information that you need, but if you still want to know more or there's something that you don't understand, feel free to contact us on our contact page. So you'll go to contact, so you'll click contact, then our contact page will load, and you have two ways to send us a message. You can send us via a direct email, or you can just simply fill in this form and we will get back to you within 1 business day. But we're not here for that. I'm here to show you how you can book your first session. So to book your first session, you're going to first want to go to the services page. Look at my cursor and I'm going to press services. So once you're on the services page, you're going to want to read through the page. We have 4 session types that you can choose from, which are all different, so you'll have to choose one that best suits your needs. If you have a look at all the session types, they are currently free, so there is no monetary risk in you trying our service. So we actually encourage you to try Mask Journeys just so that you can assess whether we actually add value to your life or what we're offering is just complete utter nonsense. For this tutorial, I'm going to choose to book a Express Peer session. Now, to book a Express Peer session, I can click Go to Bookings page, or I can click the Book Now tab. Both of these tabs will take you to the bookings page. So let's click one of them. I'll click Go to Bookings page. And that should take us to our bookings page. There we go. Or I can just click Book Now tab, which will take you to the bookings page again. Once you're on the bookings page, you're going to want to have a read about the rules of booking. They are pretty straightforward, but if there's something that you do not understand, please feel free to contact us and we'll get back to you within 1 business day. Now, to book a Express peer session, you're going to want to click the correct tab. Here the tab matters. As you see, there is Book a Express session. This is the tab that we are going to click. But if you want to book a standard session, you would click this tab. If you wanted to book a guided session, you would click this tab. And if you wanted to book a group session, you would click this tab. All these tabs are linked to their own scheduling calendar. So it's very important that you click the correct tab. So for this example, I'm going to click book a express session. And that should open up a new tab, which will take you to our scheduling calendar. This should take about 20 to 30 seconds, so please be patient. It will come now. There it's coming. And then there we go. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is to make sure that you're on the correct calendar. And that's very easy. The heading of the calendar will be written. As you see, this one is Express Peer Session, so we're on the correct calendar. The next thing that you're going to want to do is that you're going to want to choose a video conferencing software. There are 3 video conferencing softwares that you can choose from. There is Zoom, there is Jitsi, and there is Google Meet. Currently, Jitsi is the default. Why? Because it's privacy based. They collect absolutely no information. When you use it, you do not sign up, you do not enter any information, and it's web-based. So we prefer Jitsi Meet. But if you choose to do so, and it's no problem at all, you can choose to use Zoom or Google Meet, provided you accept the risks associated with using those platforms. For this example, I'm going to choose Google Meet. So I'm just going to click on it, and you see I've got a green dot on the Google Meet. Fantastic. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is to choose a date. For this example, I'm going to choose the 13th of May, 2026. So when you click on it, it should be dark green. And it should remain dark green after you've removed your cursor or mouse. And then after you've clicked your preferred date, you're going to want to choose a preferred time. So for this example, I'm going to scroll down and choose 4 p.m. as my preferred time for the meeting. And then you're going to want to click on your preferred time. Okay. Once you've done that, you'll be asked an alias name and an email address. For an alias name, you can choose any name that you want. It can be generic, it can be unique. The only criteria that we want from you is that it's not your real name. This is Mars Journey, and we are all about anonymity. This is what the service is. This is what the service is for. We want you to be comfortable. That's why we encourage you to use an alias name. For this example, I'm going to choose the name Wolf Dog. Let me just make it a capital. Great. And for the email address, you can choose to enter any email address that you want. You can enter a valid email address or a fake email address. If you enter a valid email address, the advantage of that is that once you've done booking, you'll get sent all the bookings details, and usually they are automatically added to your calendar. So that is the advantage of entering a valid email address. If you don't enter a valid email address, then you're not going to get all of that information. So you will have to literally manually save the bookings information that you need to log into your meeting. We recommend that you use a valid anonymous email address, but some people just want to remain totally anonymous or as anonymous as possible. So we don't mind if you use a fake email address. If you want to learn how to create a anonymous valid email address, then you can go to at our it how it works page here, and then look at step 1. I will be creating a future video showing you how to exactly make a valid anonymous email address, but that's beyond the scope of this video currently. So for this example, I'm going to enter a fake email address. So for this, I'll just write wolf dog 10 111 AB at Yahoo. Dot. Let's just say at Yahoo dog, just to make it a bit more fake.com. Now I'm 100% confident that this email address doesn't exist, and that's why I've made it. You don't want to enter an email address that someone else will get with your bookings details, obviously. So make the section as unique as possible if you are using a fake email address. Once you've entered both details, just click submit. And then congratulations, you have booked your first session. For those that entered a valid email address, just have a look at your inbox and you should have all of this information. If you can't find that email, just have a look at your spam or junk folder and it should be there. And if you did find if our emails did land on your spam or junk mail, please just authenticate us so that next time we go onto your inbox. Now, for those that used a invalid email address or fake email address, you're going to want to store two details. You're going to want to store the where and booking ID. Now, sometimes this where link doesn't appear first time when you book a session. That's not a problem. If you do not see this link, I want you to simply refresh this page. When you refresh it, it will appear. We tend to get this problem sometimes, and we're actively trying to resolve it. So for now, if you book a session and you do not see this link here, where, simply refresh the page and it will appear. So now what you're going to want to do is that you're going to want to store these two details. As I said, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open a text document. So I'm going to say new, and I'm going to create a new text document, and I'm going to name it masked journey, and I'm going to name it the date. What's the date? It's the 13th of May, and I'm going to also add a time, and our time was 4 p.m. and then I'm just going to say enter, and then I'm just going to open the text document. So the two pieces of information are these two, so I'm just going to write where and then colon, and I'm going to copy this info here, go back to the text document and paste that, and then I'm going to write booking ID, colon, copy this, paste, and then I'm going to save this document. I'm going to press save, and I'm out. That's all you need. So when you log into your session in the future, you'll just need those two links. And that's about it. Oh, so before your scheduled session begins, please have your mask on. If you do not have your mask on, your professional listener will immediately cancel the session. Why? Because Mask Journey is all about privacy and anonymity. And if you do not have your mask on, you violate those principles. With that, I would like to end this. Have a great day. Let us mask and vent. Peace.